Hey. Hi everyone, it's me, and today let's watch this video together. Let's go! Oh, this is a classic game theory.
Hello, my name is Matthew Patrick, and I'm a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, large-breasted female who's single and ready to mingle.
That pet looks so young. Wow.
Am I lying? Find out how to tell today on Game Theory.
Game theory.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, the
Hello Internet, welcome to Game Theory. Hi.
show whose host apparently belongs as a contestant on RuPaul's Drag Race. Seriously though, have you seen this show? It's on Netflix and definitely worth 40 minutes of your time.
You got she-mail. There were no ladies on that set today. There were men running for curtains.
Definitely. Anyway, sweet transvestites aside, let's talk about LA Noire. Now I'll be the first to admit, I didn't care too much about La Noire when it first came out. Apparently I wasn't the only one since its development studio closed down shortly after the game's release.
Get it. LA, if I'm not wrong, is Los Angeles, right? In Singapore we just call it La.
Oh, that's not funny. What made LA Noire stand out last year, aside from being a brand new IP and not just another sequel of course, was its use of motion scan technology, which recorded every detailed facial movement of the game's voice actors. These recordings were then incorporated into the game's animation, giving the characters in LA Noire the most realistic faces in gaming to date.
But having said that, you must recognize that right now it's in the year 2022, and this video, if I'm not wrong, it came out in the year 2012, a decade ago. Wow.
Something that normally wouldn't mean all that much except for a one-way ticket out of the uncanny valley. Fee, your singing animation haunts my dreams. But La Noire was different because practically the entire game was about reading up witnesses' body language during interrogations to tell whether or not he was lying. In other words, bad animations meant a broken game. So today we're taking a crash course in body language.
Oh, body language. Let's keep this wholesome and family friendly. Thank you.
To see if playing Rockstar's cop drama can make you a real-life human lie detector. You know the story of Pinocchio, right?
Like
the
a
puppet
boss.
boy with the unfortunate lederhosen and the need for a sandpaper rhinoplasty every time he lies? Well, it's true. Your nose does indeed grow when you lie. It's called, fittingly enough, the Pinocchio effect, where the nose expands with blood when lying. You can't really see it with the human eye, but it causes the nerves in the nose to tickle, prompting the need to itch. Thus, liars will touch their noses more often during a conversation.
So it's something similar to this. Let me try it. Okay. I'm ugly. I'm not good looking. Okay, I'm sorry.
Likewise, a man's happy handle also swells when he lies. So if he's giving you a standing ovation, chances are you're hearing a fabrication. There's lots of little signals like this that, when considered together, can give a pretty good indication that someone's lying. So before you go around tugging on testicles, here's some other ways to tell if you're being played the fool. First, think of little kids. When they don't want to say something or hear something, what do? They fully cover their mouths and ears. Now, as we grow older, these gestures stay with us, but become much more subtle. As a result, a liar will often touch his face, particularly his ears or mouth, as a way of unconsciously blocking out or holding back the lie.
Come on, it's a coincidence. Come on. I'm sorry.
They may also scratch or tug at their collars because lying increases blood pressure and sweating around the neck. Any other gestures will be stiff and small, as liars try to take up as little space as possible. The same is true for facial gestures. Expressions are limited to only the mouth when faking an emotion. For example, a real smile will see a person's eyes scrunch up and their forehead pushed down. A fake smile is limited only to the lips. Now, how about the eyes? I'm sure you've heard that if someone isn't making eye contact with you or they're looking upwards, chances are they're probably lying. And that's partly true. A liar is often uncomfortable facing his accuser and may turn his head or body away. After they're done constructing the lie, they'll quickly make eye contact to see if the listener is buying their story, then turn
So it's something similar to look me in the eye and say it once more. Something like that.
away again. But we can get even more detailed. Let me explain. Pretend you're talking to this handsome gentleman and imagine he's right-handed. Keep in mind that for lefties, all this will be reversed. If he looks up and to the right, he's remembering something he's actually seen. If up and to the left, he's making up something new. This is the difference between remembering your childhood home and imagining a pink polka-dotted jackalope. The same is true with auditory senses. Looking to the right means remembering something you heard, to the left means making something up. It reverses when you look down, though. Looking down and to the left indicates remembering a smell, touch, or taste. Down and to the right means you're just talking to yourself. So now that we have an idea of what to look for, let's see how well knowing the body language of deceit translates into LA Noire by playing a game I like to call Spot That Liar!
Alright, it's a game, so let's play it together. Thank you.
Otherwise known as, well, LA Noire, since the game's all about spotting liars anyway. I'm going to show you a few scenes from the game. See if you can tell whether they're lying or not. Let's warm up with an easy one.
Do you know Matthew Ryan?
No, don't know the name.
Obvious, right? Avoiding eye contact, turning the head away from the interrogator, touching the neck. Clearly a lie. Next.
Your wife paid you a visit last night. What time was that?
Late, around midnight maybe. She didn't stay long.
Another easy one. Angel here is clearly looking to the left, meaning he's creating an image rather than remembering it. He's also touching his face, which means that Angel here ain't so innocent.
I think you should come clean with us, Mrs. Black. Your husband is missing, and after our search, I'm willing to call the circumstances suspicious. Can you account for your movements last night?
You're not accusing me, are you? Oh, what an awful thing to say. I was here all night, of course, waiting for Adrian to come home.
Something that I haven't mentioned yet is that it's a proven fact that women are better liars than men. Women are more attuned to facial expressions, and their lies tend to be more elaborate, making them harder to spot.
Well, if I'm not wrong, there's a study in which men are more how to say interested in things, and males are more interested in things, female are more interested in people. Which technically speaking is true lah, if you think about it. But having said that, more studies need to be done. Thank you so much. More studies need to be done. I'm sorry.
The same problem playing the game. Female interrogations were much more difficult than male ones. That said, Margaret Black here is telling the truth.
You're leaving town, Miss Edwards?
Yes, I'm going straight home.
Again, a tricky female interrogation, but her defensive crossed arms, coupled with a brief darting of the eyes, signals that this little vixen is trying to sell us some fiction. So the game, overall, is pretty darn accurate. Knowing the body language of deceit will actually help you do better in the game. Let's take it one step further then, and see if these skills actually translate to real life. Meet my friends Garrett, Stephanie, and Bill. All three
Bill, as in the president Bill Clinton. Alright, a friend.
have generously volunteered their time to put our newly developed lie detector skills to the test.
Oh my god, Stephanie looks so young in this video from 10 years ago.
So let the interrogations begin.
Dum dum.
So Garrett,
Yes.
I'm going to ask you a series of questions.
Okay, I see.
Answer however you see fit, but don't feel the need to always tell the truth.
Oh, that's easy.
Okay,
Okay.
you
I
understand?
understand.
Yeah, and have you played Minecraft?
Totally. That's like my favorite game. You know that.
Yeah, this video came out 10 years ago if I'm not wrong, and there's still reference of, still got reference of Minecraft. Wow.
I do. It's true, he's telling the truth. And have you ever watched The Jersey Shore?
No.
No?
No, never.
Okay. So you've never enjoyed watching an episode of The Jersey Shore?
It's terrible. What are you talking about? Jersey Shore is terrible.
Have you ever... Are you familiar with the phrase, yeah, buddy? Or fist pumping?
Yeah, I know, like, fist pump, but...
Okay, so you don't know who Snooki is?
Snooki, I've heard of Snooki, but other than everybody else, I'm like, Pauly D and Snooki is like everybody who talks about, so that's all I know. Yes.
Do you have a girlfriend, Garrett?
No.
No? No girlfriend?
Nope.
Okay.
Can't see your mouth, something's wrong.
Okay. Is Game Theory your favorite web video series?
Of course it is. Yes! It's amazing.
Uh-huh.
It would be so awkward if you say that. Nah, this is a lie. It would be so awkward.
Yes.
And is Matthew Patrick the coolest guy you know?
No.
No?
Since Garrett's the youngest, his line should be the most pronounced, and notice how he fell into practically every trap we talked about. The second he started lying, he began twirling his hair, touching his face, blocking his mouth, and his eyes started darting to the right, which, for a lefty, means he's making up the answers. So pretty strong evidence. Let's move on to my funny Valentine then, Stephanie.
We'll start with an easy one. Okay. Have you ever heard of the game World of Warcraft?
Yes.
Have you ever in your life played World of Warcraft?
I played the demo.
Have you ever personally identified with a race called the Night Elves?
No.
Do you know what a Night Elf is?
Yeah.
Has playing World of Warcraft ever cut into your eating or sleeping habits?
I will never agree to be on one of these videos again. No.
Do you have...
I feel bad for her. It's like, you're not doing a good job. It's funny, but you're not doing a good job.
an attraction to a man named Fitzwilliam Darcy?
Only when played by Colin Firth.
Speaking of, have you ever felt a sexual attraction to a man named Colin Firth?
No.
Definitely a tougher nut to crack, but again, Steph falls into the same traps. Since she's another lefty, Stephanie looking off to the side signals that I have to watch out for Colin Firth stealing my woman away. Oh, and don't you worry about her. She's kicked the World of Warcraft habit by now.
Well, having said that, I'm saying this from the truth. From 10 years later, she is a wife. She is your wife. She's a mother. She's the mother of the child, of your child. So,
Finally, we turn to everyone's favorite saxophone-playing president. Pretend that we asked him some random question. Oh, I don't know. Did you have sexual relations with Miss Lewinsky? Well,
that is a very random question.
what his answer tell us? Let's find out.
That is not my recollection. My recollection is that I did not have sexual relations with Miss Lewinsky, and I'm staying on my former statement about that.
Looks like old Slick Willie ain't so slick. He's worse at covering up his body language than Garrett. Covering up his mouth, refusing eye contact, attention focusing all over the place. If he isn't lying, he sure is bad at telling the truth. So there you have it. L.A. Noire, with a little help from Game Theory, has made you, dear theorists, into real-life human lie detectors. Go forth and use your skills wisely.
And before we go, here's one final test. One truth and one lie. Ready? The next episode of Game Theory is on The Legend of Zelda. The next episode of Game Theory is on boobs. Which one's the truth? Tune in next time to find out. In the meantime, that's just your theory. Your game theory. Thanks for watching.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty awesome. That's incredibly wonderfully done, especially when this video came out a decade ago. Slightly more than a decade ago because it was last year, but still, really respect this individual because I do a wonderful job. Marvelous, splendid, outstanding, excellent, amazing, brilliant, splendid. How breathtaking, that's amazing. And I just feel like how much this channel is growing. You, viewers, hope you find this video amazing, and yeah. I hope you like this video and subscribe. Yeah, this is a very old video. Yeah. Anyways, let's do the outro. If you do like this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and comment down below if you have anything to share with us. Down below. Don't forget to follow my channel, and hope to see you in the next video. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory! Thanks for watching. And I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye! Thank you so much. I hope you like this video from 10 plus years ago. Pretty cool. Subscribe. Thank you so much. Actually, technically speaking, both are correct. Because you did a video which is technically the next video. Your next video can also be from 2022, which is 10 years ago. That is technically next. It's part of the next, so it's the truth, but it's also a lie. But it's the truth and it's also the truth, sorry. Both are true. Anyways, let's thank you.